All right, we've got Patrick in Florida. You're on with Don and Matt.
Hi, Matt. How are you doing today?
I'm irritated.
Yeah, you seem pretty short with people.
Yeah. I'll let Don be shorter.
Get into the topic of how do atheists, do you assert no science evidence of God? Because I was just curious about that.
We don't believe in gods because there's insufficient evidence for a God.
Okay.
But also I would say, I would also say that, often quite times when people say, oh, there's no evidence for God. And then people say, well, what about anecdotal evidence or this? And so then we would say there's no good evidence for God. But your question is, would I say that there's no scientific evidence for God? Yes.
You would?
Yes.
And what would you consider evidence? How do we evidence God?
It depends on what the God claim is.
How would we evidence that the sky is blue?
Okay, well, my God claim is the universe equals God.
Then I don't care about it.
You don't care about it, but you'll debate.
Yeah, you're equivocating.
Give me a little leeway here.
You're equivocating words that have different meanings.
If somebody called in and said, this can is what I call my God, I wouldn't care about it. Because calling something God doesn't mean it's a God. Calling the universe, we already have a word for the universe. It's universe. What extra properties do you think the universe has? And how did you detect them?
A duck is a duck.
A duck is a duck.
To say, Kaku highlighted this. He said that we must make the distinction. There's a natural God in the universe that Einstein spoke of.
No.
And there's a supernatural God that you're talking about with Christianity.
Einstein was, no, stop. Einstein was talking about Spinoza's God. It's a metaphorical God. It is talking about the laws that govern the universe could be metaphorically viewed as a God because it is the governor. It takes the place of the fictional one. I only care about people who are making claims about an actual God, not people who are trying to redefine the universe as God.
Well, we're studying the universe with science.
Yes.
It may be evidence to have what I would call or attribute to it God properties, such as consciousness.
You have no evidence for that.
Orco-R theory. Do you know about Orco-R theory of Roger Penrose?
No, but I have somebody sitting here who studied under Penrose's father and is friends with Penrose.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, perhaps he knows of the Orco-R theory, and I'd like, to see what he thinks about that, because that seems...
Come on down and have dinner with us. You can chat with this guy.
What identifiable properties does the universe have that justify attributing the God label to it?
Okay. I'm glad you asked that.
I asked it 5 minutes ago. Well, not that long, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, so religion or Christianity specifically describes God as without beginning or end, does it not? Hello?
I didn't feel that deserved a response because I asked for what properties of the universe.
I'm trying to get into. So the universe, the cyclical universe model of science.
There's all sorts of models.
An infinite universe.
So you can kind of rummage through the bin there and find whatever you want, right?
No. What I'm asking is what properties, scientifically identifiable properties of the universe, justify putting the God label on it, and you go to without beginning and without end. But that's not a property that is necessarily distinct in a God.
Does God suffer heat death?
Creates on the grandest scale, and so does God.
Oh my God! Put down the bong. Put down the bong and listen to me. If I were to say, shut up. If I were to say this can of Coke is God, and someone were to ask me what scientific properties, or let's say worse, I said this can of Coke is my dad. And they would say, what scientific properties does it have that makes it justified in calling it dad? And I said, well, it came into being at some time, and it's made out of particles, and it obeys laws of physics and gravity. That is not in any way showing that it's worthy of the label of dad. So saying that...
Certainly not. I agree with that. And
okay, so give me a better case for
Christian perspective. I would be considered an atheist, so I agree with probably 90% of what you say: separation of church and state.
Well, then you're 90% correct.
Soul, etc. But you say, why call the universe God?
Yes.
I say, why call the universe the universe? We create.
Next.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, why should we call the universe God? Well, why should we call it universe?
Let's call everything God.
I'm not arguing about the label. I'm arguing about the package. And so when somebody says, here's the universe and all of its properties, but I'd like to call the universe God because over here, these people have an idea of God and it has these properties. I want to know which of those properties in the God traditional package make it justified to call the universe God. That's it.
If there's a theme to this show, it seems to be that people want to bend over backwards to rescue the concept of God somehow, and rehabilitate it and try to fix it. And it's like, give it up, throw it away. It's not useful.
I'm going to call my parrot God. Why? What properties does your parrot have that God has? Well, he's sentient. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Well, he thinks and he can mimic actions. He's an agent. My parrot has agency and God has agency. Therefore, I can call my parrot God. Well, you can, but you're going to look ridiculous and we're not going to waste any